Hey everyone, so a lot of you guys wanted me to make some more school related videos, and since it is exam season for me, I thought I would do kind of a how I study for exams video. Again, I just want to preface and say that I am definitely not academically exceptional or anything. I kind of just put in a lot of effort and try really hard to get average or above average grades. But if you're looking for some tips from a genius student, you're definitely in the wrong video. What I do for all of my classes, in this case I'm working on my math class, I just collect the key concepts and formulas of each chapter and also each topic, or maybe you can go through your lecture slides and pull out all of the key information. And I just collect everything onto one or two pieces of paper and make it a huge study guide. I did show the materials that I used at the beginning of the video. I just used really cheap lined paper and a Muji gel pen in 0.5 millimeters, also a mild liner in the green color, and the Pilot Juice pen. I don't normally use colored gel pens in my regular class notes just because I find it really straining to read, but especially with my study guides where there are a lot of information, some things I do want to make it pop out, especially like the formulas, so you'll see that I use my gel pen to sort of make brackets around the main formulas. For some topics, I do like to include examples just to give some more context, and for those cases, I just think of an example on the spot or I go through my homework and find a good example. Also, you'll probably notice that I don't write everything down, and that is because I do know most of these formulas and how to use them, so I don't find it necessary to go into detail with how to use them. I just find it really beneficial to collect everything into one place, and also rewriting these formulas over and over will just enforce it in my brain. So yeah, sometimes if I do have some time before an exam, I will actually remake this entire study guide, but without any aids or looking things up. I just free write everything just to test my memory. Also, a little interlude, I am thinking about remaking a how I take notes video just for regular classes, and maybe a video about how I plan in my school planner, so let me know if you guys are interested in those two topics. I'm literally going to be working on the study guide for most of the video, so I do want to give some other tips while I'm doing that. Something to consider is that each type of class requires a different type of studying. So for math, it is mainly focusing on the homework and doing a bunch of problem sets and reinforcing the way to use formulas. Of course, even in the field of math, there are different ways to study, but just in general, practice problems are the way to go. For humanities, it might be something totally different. I don't have too much experience in the humanities just because I don't have any courses outside of high school. But yeah, for history class, I don't think you would be doing practice problems to help you with studying. So definitely find out for each class and each subject which sort of studying tips work for you. My next tip is for those people like me who are the most comfortable at home and is always studying at home. I would definitely recommend to also try going outside once in a while to study. And trust me, I know studying at home is super comfortable. You can be in your PJs, you can sit in these weird contorted positions and just be really comfortable. But if you're having trouble focusing and you just really need to get work done, I do like to go outside once in a while. This might sound a little weird and conceited, but when I'm just sitting outside, I feel like everybody in the cafe or in the park is just watching me, even though I know they're not, but I just feel like that. So I feel like if I don't actually get some work done, it just looks really bad if you have all your study materials out and you're just on your phone talking with friends. I don't know, my brain just works that way. So I feel like I have to put on a show and actually get some work done and look like I'm doing something. So yeah, if I'm getting distracted studying at home, I always like to go outside, either to Starbucks or Tim Hortons, and just study at one of their tables for like 1 or 2 hours, and I actually get a lot of work done. So some pointers about maybe the morning of the exam: definitely try not to change up your routine too much. I do have a funny story to tell you guys. This was a mistake I made back in high school. Basically, I had one of those math competitions, and I read online that exercise and running outside would be really good for your brain, and it obviously is. But back in high school, I didn't run very much and I didn't really work out. I do now, so it's not that big of a deal. But back in high school, I was not active. But, anyways, in the morning of that math competition, I just thought, okay, I should go outside and run. And because my body was not used to it at all and it was really cold outside, I hurt my leg, and the pain was definitely not fun to deal with when I was trying to solve math problems. So, yeah, definitely try not to change up your routine too much. Also, with food, if you want to reward yourself with some junk food, try to do that after the exam and not before, and risk getting a not so fun tummy ache. Now, back to studying. I know I'm all over the place. I'm someone who really likes to study alone just because I feel more comfortable at home. But if you can, I would recommend getting together with some friends and forming a study group. So, what I like to do is study by myself for a few hours beforehand, and when I do meet up with my friends, I can confirm some things with them, and most likely you will learn something new just from discussions, and it's really, really beneficial. Okay, so I am almost done with the study guide, so I'm just going to move on to the next tip. For my math class, my professor actually listed a study checklist for this term test. So basically, all the formulas that I'm writing down was covered by term 3, but there are some things that I need a reminder of, and this is where sticky notes come in. So for this case, I wanted to give myself a reminder of how to find horizontal asymptotes. So I basically just did my entire note-taking process on the sticky note, and that way if I need it for the future I can just move the sticky note around. It's not part of term 3, but it is just a concept that I need to refresh myself on. So this whole ensemble, the sticky notes, the study guides, and everything, I will take with me on the morning of or the afternoon of the exam and quickly gloss over everything, and then hopefully I will feel confident going in. Something else that I like to do is also make the title look really fun, and I also put down a sticker. These are emojis from my shop, and it is just completely unnecessary, but it's super cute. So I just wrote down Mat 133 Term Test 3, and something that I didn't show is that usually the night before the exam, I will also write down the location and time on the study guide as well, so I can quickly reference it. So yeah, I use this method for every single class that I have actually. This is my macroeconomics, and I used yellow. I just like assigning a color to each of my classes. And of course, there is the pretty obvious tip to go over your lecture slides, your notes, and also your textbook if that helps. And I said this in my previous note-taking video as well, but if your professor gives any past exams, you should do all of them if you can, and if possible, multiple times. That'll ensure that you know what type of questions to expect. And yeah, that is basically it for this video. I wish you the best of luck on all of your exams, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!